a view to promoting equality between women and men and not combating discrimination. So just like I explained in the introduction, when we talk about gender mainstreaming, it's just purely equality among the both genders, not like bringing down each gender or not providing equal opportunity maybe in decision making, especially in this group, is very important because we are all affected by this incidence. Gender mainstreaming is not about adding women components. When you hear, some people have that notion, when they hear about gender mainstreaming, they focus more on women. It's not really on women only. Each gender has that right to also partake in activities. It goes beyond increasing women's participation. It means bringing the experience, knowledge, and influence of women and men to bear on the developmental agenda. So please, if you have that notion when you hear about gender, it's just focusing more about women. No, it also involves women. It's just that our community here, women are limited to some opportunities because of some of our cultural and social norms. That is why effort has been made in ensuring that women are also included in activities. Okay, we have 5 principles of, am I fast? I'm fast. We have 5 principles of gender mainstreaming. So when you're implementing an activity or you're going to have maybe a project in your various organizations, or you're going on an awareness or anything that has to do with the genders, the 2 genders, you need to have these 5 principles on your mind when conducting such activities. Okay, we have 5 principles. Okay, the first one is gender-sensitive language. So whenever you're going to have an activity, you should be mindful of the languages you're going to use in addressing people. For instance, when you're going to have a flyer or image, you should not limit it to single gender. Maybe you just put the picture of a man on it when sending a message. You should also involve women there, or maybe you just involve women. Equally, you must also put a man on that flyer to send out messages. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, let me also make one contribution here. Before someone will say I'm also a gender champion. Yes, am I. I think here, even our educational system are not helping matters. There are things all the time we think this is for men, this is for women. While at the end of the day, it also affects all of us. For instance, if I said my wife should not work, okay, fine, she will not work. At the end of the day, for instance, if I'm no longer alive, what will happen to myself and then the children? Do you get the point? There are things you have to do for your own betterment. And now I want to link it off to our educational system about the language. I know when I'm in primary school, there is one social study. Is Daddy is sweeping the house. Emeka is playing football. What is that? Daddy is always to do housework. Is that mean Emeka should not do the housework if there are no female in the house? What happened to the hygiene issue? So now even our educational system are beginning to understand that for you to achieve result, you really need to be gender sensitive. Even the way we work. Okay, for instance, here, Hussaina, she's female, and she's the one doing the MC. This is very unique. How many organizations, local organizations, will you go and you find a female with her head high with the capacity, anchoring a program like this? How did she become this? Because we give her the opportunity. Go to NTA, she's where 7 o'clock you see her in the news, reading the news. How does it become this? Because she got the opportunity. So it's not, whatever we are doing, we must include all the gender, so that it will be, we'll all be sensitive. For instance, if there are no men, if all the participants here are female, what will happen if we have only one male and you want to go and use the convenience? You will feel, one matter isn't inconvenience. You get the point? And for instance, if all of us are men and there are only one female and she want to ask some sensitive questions, who is she going to ask? So in the work we do, we must involve women. In the activity we do, in even the language we do. Yanzu aka ka dinga driving, in ka je go slow, in ka ga wata tayoni ta kita za a ce direban nan za a ce waye ne a ni ban faɗa ba.
All right, thank you.
Gaskiya ne.
Explanation.